stream. Hope you guys had a good weekend. In this stream, we are going to be reading in Ecclesiastes and then back in Matthew. And then tomorrow I might stream. Maybe it depends how I feel. And then maybe Friday. And I hope. Sorry for the notification. I hope to reach 500 subscribers this year. I really want to reach that goal. Like, it says it needs to have 4,000 hours worth of watch time, But, the book the type of book I have is the New King James Version, and I'll be reading the Value of Practical Wisdom, and then after that one, it is the Obey Authorities for God's Sake, and then Death Comes to All, and I'll go back in Matthew. So the first one I'll be reading is the Value of Practical Wisdom, and if you guys have any questions, I'll try and answer too. And if there's any Bible verses, I'll try and search up. So this one is the value of practical wisdom. And I'm sorry if I mumble a little bit. So, the more I read, the better I get. That's how it goes. I'm going to read now. Here we go. The value of practical wisdom. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. Better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will take it to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by a sad countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for the man to hear the song of fools. For like the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression destroys a wise man's reason, and a bribe debases the heart. The end of the thing is better than its beginning. The patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Do not hasten in your spirit to be angry, for anger rests in the bosom of fools. Do not say, where were the former days better than these? For you do not inquire wisely concerning this. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and profitable to those who see the sun. For wisdom is a defense as money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. Consider the work of God, for who can make straight what he has made crooked? In the day of prosperity, be joyful, but in the day of adversity, consider surely God has appointed the one as well as the other, so that man can find out nothing that will come after him. I have seen everything in my days of vanity. There is a just man who perishes in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man who prolongs life in his wickedness. Do not be overly righteous, nor be overly wise. Why should you destroy yourself? Do not be overly wicked, nor be foolish. Why should you die before your time? It is good that you grasp this, and also not remove your hand from the other, for he who fears God will escape them all. Wisdom strengthens the wise more than 10 rulers of the city. For there is not a just man on earth who does good and does not sin. Also, do not take to heart everything people say, lest you hear your servant cursing you, for many times also your own heart has known, that even you have cursed others. All this I have proved by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. As for that which is far off and exceedingly deep. Who can find it out? I applied my heart to know, to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness, and I find more bitter than death. The woman whose heart is snares and nets, whose hands are fetters. He who pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be trapped by her. Here is what I found, says the preacher, adding one thing to the other to find out the reason, which my soul still seeks, but I cannot find. One man among 1,000 I have found, but a woman among all these I have not found. Truly this only I have found, that God made man upright, but they have sought out many schemes. Who is like a wise man, and who knows the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom makes his face shine, and the sternness of his face is changed. Obey authorities for God's sake. I say, keep the king's commandment for the sake of your oath to God. Do not be hasty to go from his presence. Do not take your stand for an evil thing, for he does whatever pleases him. Where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say to him, What are you doing? He who keeps his commandment will experience nothing harmful, and a wise man's heart discerns both time and judgment, because for every matter there is time and judgment. Thought the misery of man increases greatly. For he does not know what will happen, so who can tell him when it will occur? No one has power over the spirit to retain the spirit, and no one has power in the day of death. There is no release from that war, and wickedness will not deliver those who are given to it. All this I have seen, and applied my heart to every work that is done under the sun. There is a time in which one man rules over another to his own hurt. Death comes to all. Then I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of loneliness, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This also is vanity, because the sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Thought a sinner does evil 100 times, and his days are prolonged. Yet I surely know that it will be well with those who fear God, who fear before him. But it will not be well with the wicked, nor will he prolong his days, which are as shadow, because he does not fear before God. Yes, we do. Thanks for hopping in the stream, Penny. There is a vanity which occurs on earth, that there are just men to whom it happens according to the work of the wicked. Again, there are wicked men to whom it happens according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity, so I commanded enjoyment, because a man has nothing better under the sun than to eat, drink, and be merry, for this will remain with him in his labor all the days of his life which God gives him under the sun. When I applied my heart to know wisdom, and to see the business that is done on earth, even thought one sees no sleep day or night, then I saw all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work. Then I saw all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. For thought a man labors to discover it, yet he will not find it. Moreover, thought a wise man attempts to know it, he will not be able to find it. And then the next thing we'll be reading is in Matthew. I think we left off. Where did I left off? I think it was like the parable of the sower. That's probably where we left off. If there are any questions, I'll try and answer. And if there are any Bible verses, I like to answer too. Or like if there are any Bible verses I like to look up, is what I'm saying. And can you guys hear me? And is it good? Is the sound good? Okay, quality? I'll be streaming for how long? 40 minutes and no, 1 hour and 40 minutes. That's how long I'll be streaming for. Sound is fine. Thank you. It's good to know that the sound is good. Don't forget to share the stream too. I'll be streaming for a while until 4:30. My time is what's my time zone? My time zone is 3:11. So at 4:30 I'll be done, maybe. Or when I hit 1 hour and 30 minutes of streaming. Or maybe an hour. I'm not sure how long I'll be streaming for. Depends if I want to end soon. I am gonna read the parable of the sower. And I'll be reading for a while, and if there are any other questions, I'll try and answer. I don't know all the answers, but And yeah, please share the stream, guys. It really means a lot to me. I'm trying to spread the word, and I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers. That's what I'm trying to do. It's hard work though, and I have a job now, which makes it harder. It makes I can't really make videos that often. I can always schedule them though. If there are any questions, I'll try and answer. Or if there are any Bible verses, I can search up. Are there any Bible verses that you have in mind? This is the New King James Bible, the King James version. Anyway, while I wait, I'll just read the parable of the sower. On the same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the sea, and great multitudes were gathered together to him, so that he got into a boat and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. Then he spoke many things to them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the birds came and devoured them. Some fell in stony places where they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth of earth. But when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up and choked them. But others fell on good ground and yielded a crop, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. John 3:16. Okay, yeah, that's actually the funny thing is that's actually part of my logo. That verse is John 3:16. Look at my logo really quick. It's actually, unless you can see it on the stream, that's my logo too. John 3:16 is right underneath Jesus&Drums. Also, I decided that I know that my channel is about drumming and Jesus, but it's also good to learn other instruments. I decided to learn the guitar. Check out that. Don't forget to check that short of me playing the guitar. Even though I had bad posture or bad stance, I'm still learning the guitar. I looked up online best grooves to learn or beginner stuff. Just starting to learn. John 3:16. Where is that? Oh, I'm in Matthew. Whoops, wrong one. Here we go. John. There we go. John 3:16. I'm trying to find that part, that famous verse part. I could just read "Are you a teacher of Israel" part, and then. Oh wait, actually no, I found it. I think it's right here. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Amen. Psalm 9:1. Okay. I was actually just reading. No, I was reading in Psalms last stream. I think I have a marker. Okay. Remind me to go back to Hello. Remind me to go back to Matthew 13, if I forget, or if I can't find it. Matthew 9:1. 9. Is it prayer and thanksgiving for the Lord's righteous judgments? Is it that one? How do you say that name? Migo? Psalm 9:1. Is it, I will praise you, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will tell of all your marvelous works. That one? It's a good one. Psalm 9:1. Oh, I'm actually just going to go back to Matthew and continue to read from where I left off. So, Matthew 15. Where am I? Here we go. The purpose of parables. If you guys are new to the channel and just hopped in, thanks for hopping in. I'm really hoping to reach 500 subscribers. I really am. I'm trying to reach there. And I hope maybe this stream. I'm not sure. Please share this stream too. It'll mean a lot to me. Please share the stream. I'm really trying to reach 500 subscribers. That's my goal right now. I'll be streaming for a while too, so. Okay, so the next one I'll be reading is The Purpose of Parables, and if there are any questions, I'll try and answer. I don't know all the answers. The purpose of parables. And the disciples came and said to him, Why do you speak to them in parables? He answered and said to them, Because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. For whoever has, to him more will be given, and he will have abundance. But whoever does not have, even what he has, will be taken away from him. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And in them the prophecy of Isaiah is fulfilled, which says, Hearing you will hear and shall not understand, and seeing you will see and not perceive. For the hearts of this people have grown dull, their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn so that I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your eyes, for they hear. For as surely I say to you that many prophets and righteous men desire to see what you see, and did not see it, and to hear what you hear, and did not hear it. Amen. The next one is the parable of the sower explained. We just hit 4 likes, that's great. Don't forget to like the video too. Or the stream, sorry, I keep saying video. I'm really used to saying video. I'm not sure why. And please share the stream. I'll be streaming for an hour and... how many minutes? I'm trying to do some math in my head right now. 35, I think? 3, 4, 5. No, it's way too much. An hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, thank you. You too have a nice day. And thanks for liking the video too. It means a lot to me. The next one is the parable of the sower explained. If there are any questions, I'll try and answer. This is the hangout. So this is it. This is a hangout room. So I don't mind taking questions, but I may not know all the answers. Like if I say I don't know all the answers, sorry, I'll pass. Or I'm not that smart. Well, I am, just not like answering all the questions. The parable of the sower explained. Therefore, hear the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, then the wicked one comes and snatches away what was sown in his heart. This is he who received seed by the wayside. But he who received the seed on stony places, this is he who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. Yet he has no root in himself, but endures only for a while. For the tribulation of persecution arises because of the word. Immediately he stumbles. Now he who receives seed among the thorns is he who hears the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the world, and he becomes unfruitful. But he who receives seed on the good ground, he who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and produces some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. Next one is the parable of the wheat and the tares. I think that's how you say it. For those new to the stream, thanks for hopping in. Please hit the notification bell and subscribe. I'm really trying to reach 500 subscribers, and please help me. I need help. The parable of the wheat and the tares. And don't forget to like the video too. The parable of the wheat and the tares. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. So the servants of the owner came and said to him, Sir, did you not sow good seed in your field? How then does it have tares? He said to them, An enemy has done this. The servants said to him, Do you want us then to go and gather them up? But he said, No, lest while you gather up the tares, You also uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And at the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, first gather together the tares and bind them in bundles and to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Next was the parable of the mustard seed. For those new viewers, I'm in Matthew. This is in Matthew. In the beginning of the stream, I did Ecclesiastes. That's what I read, and that's something I'm studying now. Like every 2 weeks, I would stay on Ecclesiastes 1, 2, and then so and so. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all the seeds, but when it is grown it is greater than the herbs, and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and nest in its branches. If there are any questions, I'll like to answer them, but I don't know all the answers. But please, I encourage you to ask a question if you want. The parable of the leaven. Another parable he spoke to them. The kingdom of heaven is like leaven, which a woman took and hid in 3 measures of meal till it was all leavened. Prophecy and the parables. All these things Jesus spoke to the multitude in parables, and without a parable he did not speak to them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things kept secret from the foundation of the world. The parable of how do you say that? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Tars explained. Tares. No, it's tares explained. Okay. Then Jesus sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came to him, saying, explain to us the parable of the tares of the field. Tares? 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 Did I say it? Tares of the field. He answered and said to them, he who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seeds are the sons of the kingdom, but the tares, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Tars? No, it's tares, are the sons of the wicked one. The enemy who sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are the angels. Therefore, as the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of this age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all things that offend and those who practice lawlessness, and will cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. The righteous will shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Next one is the parable of the hidden treasure. For those new to the stream, thanks for hopping in. I'm reading the Bible right now. There we go. That should be good. Should be good. Here we go. The Parable of the Hidden Treasure. If you guys have any questions, please comment. I'll try and answer. I'll be streaming for 1 more hour. For a whole hour. Just sitting and reading and hanging out, basically, just to get close to the viewers or the subscribers, you know. I actually am pretty close to 500 subscribers. I'm trying to get to it. It's just a lot of work and a lot of making videos type stuff. And I think tonight I might make a YouTube short. The last psalm of Psalm 17, and then tomorrow I'll redo the whole thing of Psalm 17 and make it into one video. But Psalm 18 might be hard. I might just do that in parts. Like I'll do Psalm 18 and do 10 verses on that, and then do the next one, and then do the next 10 or the next 18. Or I'm not sure, you know. I have to think that through. But tonight I'll do the last psalm. I'm trying to see if I normal dream beam. If there are any questions, please consider commenting and like the video too. The Parable of the Hidden Treasure. This is the next one I'll be reading. And then the Parable of the Pearl, the Parable of the Pearl of Great Price, and then the Parable of the Dragnet. Interesting. And if you new viewers are new here, you guys can rewatch the stream and catch up on it, but you don't have to. Please consider liking the video and subscribing. And it'll show that you're here too. Because sometimes the viewers, little person number thingy won't actually show the exact number. But I will continue to read though. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in the field, which a man found and hid, and for joy over it he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. The Parable of the Pearl of the Great Price. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. The Parable of the Dragnet. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a dragnet that was cast into the sea and gathered some of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew it to shore, and they sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but threw the bad away. So it will be at the end of the age. The angel will come forth, separate the wicked from among the just, and cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Jesus said to them, "Have you understood all these things?" They said to him, "Yes, Lord." Then he said to them, "Therefore, every scribe instructed concerning the kingdom of heaven is like a householder who brings out of his treasure things new and old." Jesus rejected at Nazareth. If there are any questions, I'll try and answer. Sorry, I had to stretch. Where's my hat? There it is. There. Sorry if the words are messed up. I am voting this year, so Jesus rejected at Nazareth. If you guys are here, please consider subscribing. It'll mean a lot to me. Comment, like, and subscribe. And share the stream too. I'll be streaming for how many minutes? I'll just stream until it hits 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'll just do that. Basically, I have 55 minutes left. Jesus rejected at Nazareth. Now it came to pass, when Jesus had finished these parables, that he departed from there. When he had come to his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, so that they were astonished and said, Where did this man get this wisdom and these mighty works? Is this not the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary, and his brothers James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas, and his sisters? Are they not all with us? Where then did this man get all these things? So they all were offended at him. But Jesus said to them, A prophet is not without honor except in his own country and his own house. Now he did not do many mighty works there because of their unbelief. John the Baptist beheaded. This is where John, I think, dies. Yep, I do. If there are any questions, guys, please consider commenting and like the video and subscribe too. I'm trying really hard to reach 500 subscribers. My dream is I want to read the Word of God to 1,000 people and to play the drums and learn the guitar too. That's what I really want to do. I really want to reach 500 subscribers. I've been working on it for a whole year now. It's a lot of work. John the Baptist beheaded. So if there are any questions, please comment and like the video too. Anyway, I'm going to start now. John the Baptist beheaded. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard the report about Jesus and said to his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore these powers are at work in him. For Herod had laid hold of John and bound him, and put him in prison for the sake of Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, because John had said to him, It is not lawful for you to have her. And all thought he wanted to put him to death. He feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. Where am I? There we go. But when Herod's birthday was celebrated, the daughter of Herod danced before them and pleased Herod. Therefore he promised with an oath to give her whatever she might ask. So she having been prompted by her mother, said, Give me John the Baptist's head here on the platter. And the king was sorry, nevertheless, because of the oaths and because of those who sat with him, he commanded it to be given to her. So he sent and had John beheaded in prison. And his head was brought on a platter and given to the girl, and she brought it to her mother. Then his disciples came and took away the body and buried it, and went and told Jesus. Feeding the 5,000. If there are any questions, please comment and like the video. I might keep reading until 16 or 17. So basically a lot of reading. I might read more, I'm not sure. Or I might just go to 15. Feeding the 5,000. When Jesus heard it, he departed from there by the boat to a deserted place by himself. But when the multitudes heard it, they followed him on foot from the cities. And when Jesus went, he was moved with compassion for them, and he healed their sick. For he had with compassion for them, and healed their sick. When it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, "This is a deserted place, and the hour is already late. Send the multitudes away, that they may go into the villages buy themselves food." But Jesus said to them, "They do not need to go away. You give them something. You give them something to eat." And they said to him, "We have here only 5 loaves and 2 fish." He said, "Bring them here to me." Then he commanded the multitudes to sit down on the grass, and he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and broke and gave the loaves to the disciples, and the disciples gave to the multitude. So they all ate and were filled. And they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments that remained. Now those who had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Next one is Jesus walks on the sea. Yeah, it was great. If there are any comments, please comment. Please consider commenting. I'll be streaming for another 4, 5, 6, 79. No, I did it wrong. If there are any questions, please comment. Please comment. The next part, we're going to be reading Jesus Walks on the Sea. Or I could just stream for 16 more minutes. It'll be done. I don't have to stream like for a long time, you know what I mean? If any viewers are here, thanks for hopping in the stream. It means a lot to me. I'm gonna read now. Thanks for hopping in. Jesus walks on the sea. Immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up to the mountain by himself to pray. Now when evening came, he was alone there, but the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. Now in the 4th watch of the night, Jesus went to them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a ghost." And they cried out for fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid." And Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." So he said, "Come." And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, boisterous. He was afraid and beginning to sink. He cried out, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him, and said to him, O you of little faith, why do you doubt? And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. Then those who were in the boat came and worshipped him, saying, Truly you are the Son of God. Many touched him and are made well. When they had crossed over, they came to the land of Gennesaret. Sorry if I can't say that word. Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized him, they sent out into all the surrounding region, brought to him all who were sick, and begged him that they might only touch the hem of his garment, and as many as touched it were made perfectly well. Defilement comes from within. If there are any questions, please comment. I'd like to answer them. And if there are any Bible verses, I'll search them up. And like the video and subscribe too. My goal is 500 subscribers. And, I might go longer. We'll see. Defilement comes from within. Yeah, I guess I'll read more though. And thanks for hopping in the stream too. Then the scribes and Pharisees who were from Jerusalem came to Jesus, saying, Why do you disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they do not wash their hands when they eat bread. He answered and said to them, Why do you also transgress the commandment of God because of your tradition? For God commanded, saying, Honor your father and your mother, and he who curses father or mother, let him be put to death. What you say, whoever says to a father or mother, whatever profit you might have received from me is a gift to God, then he need not honor his father or mother. Then he need not honor his father and mother. Thus you have made the commandment of God of no effect by your tradition. Hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy about you, saying, These people draw near to me with their mouth and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. And in vain they worship me, teaching as doctrines the commandments of men. When he had called the multitudes to himself, he said to them, Hear and understand, not what goes into the mouth defiles a man, but what comes out of the mouth, this defiles a man. Then his disciples came and said to him, Do you know that the Pharisees were offended when they heard this saying? But he answered and said, Every plant which my heavenly Father has not planted will be uprooted. Let them alone. They are blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind leads the blind, both will fall into a ditch. Then Peter answered and said to him, Explain this parable to us. So Jesus said, Are you still without understanding? Do you not yet understand that whatever enters the mouth goes into the stomach and is eliminated? But those things which proceed out of the mouth come from the heart, and they defile a man. For out of the heart proceeds evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashed hands does not defile a man. And Gentiles show us her faith. Then Jesus went out from there and departed to the region of Tyre and Sidon, and behold, a woman of Canaan came from that region and cried out to him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David, my daughter is severely demon-possessed. But he answered her not a word, and his disciples came and urged him, saying, Send her away, for she cries out after us. But he answered and said, I was not sent except to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then she came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. And she said, Yes, Lord, yet even the little dogs eat the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Jesus answered and said to her, O woman, great is your faith, let it be done to you as you desire. And her daughter was healed from that very hour. Jesus heals great multitudes. Jesus departed from there, skirted the Sea of Galilee, and went up to the mountain and sat down there. Then great multitudes came to him, having with them the lame, blind, mute, maimed, and many others, and they laid them down at Jesus' feet, and he healed them. So the multitude marveled when they saw that the mute was speaking, the maimed made whole, and the lame walking, and the blind seeing, and they glorified the God of Israel. Finding the 4,000. Now Jesus called his disciples to himself and said, I have compassion on the multitude, because they have now continued with me 3 days and have nothing to eat, and I do not want to send them away hungry, lest they faint on the way. Then his disciples said to him, Where could we get enough bread in the wilderness to fill such a great multitude? Jesus said to them, How many loaves do you have? And they said, 7 and a few little fish. So he commanded the multitude to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves and the fish, and gave thanks, broke them, and gave them to his disciples, and the disciples gave to the multitude, so that they all were filled. And they took up 7 large baskets full of fragments that were left. Now those who ate were 4,000 men, besides women and children. And he sent away the multitude, got into a boat, and came to the region of Magdala. Alright, so I decided to end the stream in 8 minutes. So sorry if you guys are late. I'm about to end the stream. Please consider subscribing too, if you're here. Or should I keep streaming? I don't know if I should. Comment if I should keep streaming. Or end the stream. Or I can just keep streaming until I hit an hour and 30 minutes of streaming. I could do... Maybe I could do 2 more. Or 1 more chapter. Well, I could just end the stream soon. I'm wondering what I do have a favorite verse. I think my favorite verse, I don't know which one it was. It was, Blessed are those who do not see yet believe verse. It's one of my favorite ones. Blessed are those who do not see yet believe. I will be ending the stream in 6 minutes. Alright, could read a psalm. Book of Psalms a little bit. I am planning to make a YouTube short tonight, so I might do them right after the stream is done. I should post a short for scheduled, or maybe something like that. See, where did I lift off last time? I think it was Psalm 61. Okay, I went way too far. go. Dude. Where am I? I'm trying to find out where I left off. Urgent prayer for the restored favor of God. I'm not sure if I read that. I could go. Well, I do have 5 more minutes left of streaming. Yeah. If there are any topics you guys like to talk about, we can talk about it. I don't mind talking about any type of topic that's appropriate. I don't mind. Yeah, I will be ending the stream in 4 minutes now. I am getting tired. I am getting kind of tired. I wanted to stream for an hour and 30 minutes, but I feel like an hour is the best. An hour of streams. So tomorrow I'll probably stream at 4 o'clock to 5. So if there are any topics I'd like to talk about it, or something like that, anything you viewers like to talk about, I like to talk about. This is a hangout. This is a hangout live stream basically. So if there are any topics I like to chat, that is part of the stream. And I did finish my Bible reading, so if there's anything you guys want to talk about, I like to talk. Or I could read. I think I did I'm not sure. I wonder if my last stream was Psalm 61 or Psalm 51. Okay, read that one. Okay, read that one. I read that one. Okay, I didn't read this one, I don't think. But I am going to end the stream in 2 minutes. For those new viewers, thanks for hopping in. At the beginning of my channel, or at the beginning of the live stream, I did read Ecclesiastes, and you can go back to that too. It was 7 and 8. And then next Monday next Wednesday we'll do a new Ecclesiastes chapter, I think. I'm not sure. There it is. If there's any new viewers, please comment. It'll show that you're here. I don't mind talking. I don't mind saying hi, but for those wondering, this is the New King James Bible version. So this is the New King James Bible version. I am ending the stream in 30 minutes, but thanks for hopping in. "30 seconds, I mean. Now it's 20. Thanks for hopping in my stream. I'm going to end the stream now, and hope you guys enjoyed. Please rewatch the stream if you missed all of it. Please rewatch the stream. And like the video and subscribe. Trying to reach to 500 subscribers. I'm really hoping to reach there before this year ends. If not, I'll just continue to make videos. Either way, check out the description of my channel to know more about me. And like the video and subscribe, it will mean a lot to me. And thanks for watching. Bye.